Hello and welcome to the audio newsletter for the 1st of March 2023, presented by me, Sarah, and Kim. This newsletter starts with a message from the NatRoad chair, Paul Fellows, on the benefits that NatRoad membership brings. As a truck operator himself, he takes benefit from the NatRoad Ampol fuel discount for both his trucks and personal vehicles, returning his membership fee back to him in the form of savings. This also extends to items like everyday rewards or Qantas points, and even a small operator will rack up 500,000 litres in fuel each year, equating to 1 million points. This is equivalent of $5,000 off an annual grocery bill. With easy integration to Xero or MYOB, the benefits just keep spreading. Discounts are only one of the many reasons to be a NatRoad member, as Mr. Fellows pointed out.
NatRoad has warned members that they will come in for scrutiny if they have an expired workplace agreement on their books, and the Fair Work Commission has fired the first shot. Last week, the FWC made public a list of 100,000 small businesses with so-called zombie agreements, which have expired. Businesses with zombie agreements have until June 6, 2023 to provide a written alert to any covered employees and may face compliance action or civil penalties levelled by the FWC. There is also the very real prospect that operators with zombie agreements will be roped into bargaining processes that started in other workplaces. If you are on this list, contact a NatRoad advisor to be briefed about your options.
Members should take note of a recent New South Wales Supreme Court decision that increased a heavy vehicle national law fine for speed and fatigue offences by a factor of 14 times upon appeal. A director of a regionally based line haul operator involved was originally fined $6,000 and a manager $3,000 for a number of speed and fatigue offences. They had entered guilty pleas to contravening their duty under Section 26C of the HVNL Act to manage driver fatigue, speed, and compliance with work and rest hours. Transport for New South Wales appealed the penalties, and the Supreme Court found in its favour, saying the original fines were manifestly inadequate. The fines were increased to $210,000. The company was found to have failed to put in place and maintain adequate systems and practices to manage fatigue and have not provided adequate training. NatRoad makes no judgment regarding the specifics of this case. We do urge members to have a good look at their systems for managing fatigue, fitness to drive, and driver reporting. Our advisors can assist. Generally, we have long campaigned for HVNL law changes for more common sense in enforcement and for penalties to match risk.
Researchers at Central Queensland University are interested in talking to NatRoad members who are using or managing in-vehicle fatigue detection technology. The project is investigating barriers and enablers of effective fatigue detection technology use for organisations, as well as device usability and impacts on drivers. Investigators are conducting one-on-one interviews over Zoom and offering a $50 voucher to participants to compensate them for their time. All information will be de-identified and remain confidential. For those interested in further information or wanting to participate, check the link in your newsletter or contact us.
Kelly Boland, Director of MG&KJ Boland Transport Services, penned an article in this fortnight's newsletter about having your say with the Rest Area Steering Committee. The Heavy Vehicle Rest Area Steering Committee, established by the federal government to consult drivers about rest stops, held its first meeting in Canberra last month. Kelly is grateful to be a member. The government has allocated $140 million towards the building or upgrading of rest areas, with $80 million available over the next 3 years. The committee is made up of 5 truck drivers and 4 representatives from industry associations. It's chaired by Senator Glenn Stirl, who has been driving trucks for decades. Rest stops are vital to the safety and productivity of our industry. Kelly has spoken about the benefits of being part of this process, providing practical advice to government. The committee is hoping to hear from truckies about where they think there are gaps in the rest area network. If you have an opinion, feel free to contact NatRoad for the contact information.
While on the subject of rest stops, your input can help us improve rest stops for drivers in New South Wales. The New South Wales Liberal and Nationals government is committed to enhancing the rest stop network, and we want to hear from you about ways to make it better. NatRoad invited members to share their thoughts and suggestions on how we can improve our rest stops. For the link, check your newsletter or email NatRoad for more information on how.
The most recent NatRoad member webinar has addressed important issues related to workplace practices, employment and industrial relations. Level Up People and Government Business Growth Advisors walk through these issues and advise members that they should consider updating their sexual harassment prevention policies and standard contract clauses and assess the impact of changes on existing pay secrecy clauses in employment contracts and enterprise agreements. NatRoad can help members navigate these complex issues. Contact an advisor for assistance or watch the webinar recording. For more information or the link to this, see your newsletter or contact us.
As always, if you had any questions or queries regarding items discussed here today, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you to NatRoad partner DAF for sponsoring this newsletter.